New Brunswick developed beside the Raritan River, where navigation connected inland farms with coastal commercial networks across central New Jersey. The surrounding Raritan Valley provided agricultural land, while the river offered access toward larger Atlantic markets and regional settlements within. Before European settlement, the region formed part of the homeland of the Lenape people, whose communities occupied New Jersey throughout. Dutch and later English settlement introduced new landholding systems, commercial networks, and colonial political institutions throughout central New Jersey across. By the early 18th century, the settlement had become a recognized commercial community along an important transportation route as commerce. In 1730, the name New Brunswick was formally adopted, associating the community with the royal house of Brunswick within its river location gave merchants transportation access, while roads connected farms with neighboring settlements across central New Jersey. During the agricultural production supplied food and raw materials, making commerce dependent upon surrounding farmland and reliable transportation networks throughout the Raritan. The local economy included farmers, merchants, artisans, laborers, and enslaved people within colonial New Jersey society during this period. Enslaved Africans contributed labor within households, farms, and commercial activity, while remaining subject to severe legal inequality within the colonial. Political authority remained within the British colonial system, while local affairs operated through established New Jersey institutions under colonial law. Religious communities shaped social organization through worship, education, charity, and networks of community association across the settlement throughout the growing. In 1766, Queen's College was chartered, establishing an institution that became closely associated with New Brunswick's civic development within the college expanded the settlement's importance beyond commerce by adding higher education to its developing institutional life during this period. Imperial disputes over taxation and political authority increasingly affected communities throughout New Jersey during the 1760s across the wider colony. Commercial interests were vulnerable to political instability because merchants depended upon predictable regulations, transportation, and market access within the regional. The crisis reached a decisive stage in 1776, when the Continental Congress declared independence from Great Britain across New Jersey's. On July 9, 1776, the Declaration of Independence was publicly read in New Brunswick before the local community during the reading connected local political life with the revolutionary movement transforming Britain's North American colonies during the summer throughout the New Brunswick's position on the Raritan made it strategically important during military operations across New Jersey during the wider conflict. Control of roads, bridges, river crossings, and supplies mattered because armies depended upon transportation corridors across central New Jersey across. British forces held New Brunswick during parts of 1776 and 1777, demonstrating the town's strategic importance during military campaigns. During military occupation disrupted commerce and placed pressure on residents, whose livelihoods depended upon movement through the region within the disrupted. The war divided communities politically, separating supporters of independence from residents who remained loyal to Britain during the Revolutionary years. Those divisions affected property, security, political authority, and local economic networks during the Revolutionary conflict throughout the wartime period. After independence, New Brunswick became part of the new American political order rather than British colonial administration within local society. Municipal development reflected the broader transition toward Republican government in New Jersey after independence during the post-war transition. In 1789, George Washington passed through New Brunswick while traveling toward New York for his presidential inauguration within The event reflected the city's position along an important route connecting Philadelphia and New York along the important regional route. By the early 19th century, New Brunswick remained dependent on transportation, while older river commerce faced increasing competition. During the road improvements and expanding markets increased demand for faster movement of agricultural and manufactured goods within expanding regional markets within. New Jersey's narrow geography made an inland connection attractive between the Delaware River and the New York region across central. A direct route promised to reduce time and uncertainty when moving freight between Philadelphia and New York between the Delaware and Raritan Canal emerged from these geographic and economic pressures during the early 19th century. During the period, in 1830, the New Jersey legislature chartered competing canal and railroad interests seeking routes across central New Jersey. The construction of the Delaware and Raritan Canal began in 1830 under Chief Engineer Canvas White within the developing transportation system. The project required extensive excavation, and attracted large numbers of laborers, including Irish immigrants during the construction period. In 1832, cholera struck canal labor camps, killing hundreds of workers during construction across New Jersey within the labor camps. The epidemic demonstrated severe human risks accompanying major infrastructure projects and concentrated labor during the public health crisis. In 1831, legislation joined canal and railroad interests into powerful joint companies, creating concentrated transportation control across the infrastructure project. The arrangement gave New Jersey stock and guaranteed annual revenue, linking public finances with private transportation development within the states. The canal extended approximately 44 miles across the narrow central portion of New Jersey during the early canal era. New Brunswick was selected as its eastern terminus because the Raritan's navigable head was located there across central New Jersey. That decision made geography an economic asset, allowing canal barges to exchange cargo with vessels using the river within the canal connected New Brunswick with the Delaware River and the commercial sphere of Philadelphia. Throughout the canal's early operation, its importance extended beyond local trade, integrating the city into a corridor linking major American markets within the regional market. The canal opened through navigation in 1834, after construction costing approximately $83 million during the expanding market economy. Its purpose was to move freight efficiently between Philadelphia and New York, while reducing dependence upon ocean routes across the canal shortened water transportation dramatically, turning New Brunswick into a major transfer point for goods within the city's commercial. Coal became especially important, moving from Pennsylvania toward northern New Jersey and New York markets during the 19th century. Agricultural products and manufactured goods also used the developing transportation network, expanding commercial connections across the developing transportation network across. The canal altered local economic geography because warehouses, carriers, merchants, and laborers clustered around dependable freight movement within the expanding. New Brunswick became more than a river settlement. It became a transfer center between transportation systems during the period of. Railroads developed alongside the canal, creating competition, while increasing the city's access to regional markets throughout central New Jersey. The Camden and Amboy system became part of the joint company's arrangement, combining water and rail interests within the transportation. This arrangement reflected a political decision to encourage transportation investment, while accepting concentrated corporate control during the later period. Rail transportation offered greater speed, especially for passengers, and changed expectations about regional mobility during this formative period. By 1865, New Brunswick combined river access, canals, rail connections, institutions, labor, and markets within an increasingly interconnected economy within. Rutgers Scientific School received land grant designation in 1864, strengthening practical scientific education within New Brunswick's institutions during the period. In 1861, canal steam transports carried New Jersey troops and equipment toward Washington, demonstrating infrastructure's military importance during the conflict.